So what is financial peace? Now, I'm not talking about Financial Peace University, FPU, that 9-week program that maybe you've seen offered at your church or elsewhere, although that's a great tool. Would definitely encourage you to explore that and go through that. Now, I mean, what does it mean to have peace when it comes to your finances? And let me first say, it has nothing to do with being rich. I know plenty of people, myself included, who are not rich and yet have peace when it comes to their finances. Now, paying off debt and building wealth are definitely part of the goals of this process and financial coaching and something like FPU. Now, what it feels like, what it looks like is being able to discuss finances with your spouse without it turning into a big blow-up fight. Going to the mailbox and seeing the bills there and not immediately feeling a sense of dread, but a sense of peace. You've got this covered. You've got a budget. You've got a plan. You're ready for this. I mean, think about it. Having a plan really in any area of your life feels less stressful and more peaceful, right? It often feels like freedom. Now, even when bumps in the road happen, I've been reminded here recently of what financial peace feels like, even through less than ideal circumstances with a recent job loss. Now, I shared more details about that in my financial testimony video. I encourage you to go watch that. But even as I'm walking through right now some uncertainty and the loss of my main source of income, because I've worked the plan, because we've been budgeting for 20 plus years, we've been debt-free for over 10 years, we've built up a emergency fund, a savings fund that we can use right now until my next source of income comes in, I still have peace. And let me tell you something else. Financial peace looks weird. Not being stressed about bills, not being stressed about being broke is weird. I love how Dave Ramsey says, normal is broke, be weird. That always reminds me of the first time we bought our first home buying experience, I should say. Let me tell you a little story about that. So our banker, of course, and then also our real estate person, when we bought our first house, we're like, wait a minute, you can afford way more than this. You've been approved for twice as much. My wife and I are like, no way, this is our starter home. We want to live beneath our means. We've got a budget. We want to save. We've got these other things we want to build towards. We don't need to be spending every dime that we make. And a statistic that's very amazing but very real is that 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Now, we often think of people just barely scraping by, but that's not what that means. That means that many of our neighbors, no matter what kind of neighborhood you live in, are spending every dime that they make. So when they hit a situation like what I've just walked through, where they get a job loss, well, pretty soon, pretty quickly, they're in trouble and that peace is gone. So I would encourage you to go through something like Financial Peace University, talk to a financial coach. I would love to talk to you about this. Go to nickparkercoaching.com, book a free 45-minute session, because financial peace, I can tell you, it feels like hope and it feels wonderful. I'd love to help you feel financial peace. Reach out to me soon.